arrive here together. So, and just kind of tune in. So right away, I just automatically look down kind of towards my heart. And I'm going to put in the description so everybody knows, why they're here or why they would want to be here. So we're getting guidance from your higher self, and then we're integrating it into the body and into the nervous system. And that's basically what a seer does. So all I need for your information is for you to put a question in the chat. This is exactly the same format as Mary and I do it together with Quantum Connectors. She is doing her master's, so she is busy, to put it mildly. So I'm just going to put the description in, and I just need your first name and your year of birth, and then your preferred pronouns, he, she, they, and also your question. So, but just know that this is a public space. So, you can ask, about your higher self. You can ask about your guides. You can ask about money or um, anything that you're feeling is kind of overwhelming you right now. So I'm just putting in the YouTube description. It takes me a little bit. So, but as we just settle here, just keep connecting to kind of your heart and the inner body. And that is basically the portal that we're going through, which is the most secure portal. So sometimes you're told, oh, go from the crown or go from, I don't know, your third eye, but the heart is the key. The heart, the inner body, and the nervous system. So we're anchoring everything into the nervous system, because if the nervous system doesn't say yes, then there's no shift, right? You're just gathering information. We already accumulate so much information, but if it doesn't get integrated into the body, in through the heart, through the present moment, and then it's going to be there's not going to be a shift, so we're wanting a shift. We don't want you just listening, asking questions, and then there's no shift. So Yeah, so if you have a question, hello, right back at you. Thanks for joining. Um, and but I can just guide us even into as everybody's arriving. So yeah, today's session is just higher self and seer with just myself. So Mary is busy with her master's degree, so she couldn't do today, but it's always fun when Mary's here, but it's the same for me. Yeah, so so just to describe seer work, like it arrives through consciousness, through the heart, and then it's very precise and grounded, and that's the key. I would say the difference between seer work. Um, but we're also connecting to all of the different dimensions. So like as a seer, I can access the Akashic records. That's in 60. We're anchoring into the body with Gaia. And that consciousness of like 7, 8, 9 dimension. And then new earth is 5D. So what does that mean? It means that that is the heart consciousness. So that's what we've all been preparing for. But it's available now, right? So, but we have to kind of clear ourselves, our inner child shadow. Eckhart's word is the pain body, but it's all the same. We have to kind of clear all of that and stay with our heart. So you'll see me with my eyes open, with my eyes closed, and also looking down. Somehow, just the looking down, I'm focusing on my um my heart, basically. So most of the time. So these sessions invite you to reconnect with your higher self through the heart to divine presence. And then we're going to connect to consciousness source. So basically, how it goes is you, your higher self, and then source. And as we land here in the present moment, connecting to our hearts, let's breathe into our hearts. And we can do this together because it's very powerful. So I already see there's a couple people have joined. And yeah, I'll do Laura's question first. But let's connect in. Let's do just like a mini check-in. Yeah. So as we land here in the present moment, connecting to our hearts, we ground in Gaia's loving and supportive energy. So connecting in, we're fully anchored into Gaia, the crystalline grid. So we're grounded, we're through the heart, we're safe. and we're with our higher self. So there's no intermediaries. It's just higher self, you, higher self, source. That's it. And through the heart. Yeah. So we draw strength from Gaia and centered in our own being. Grounded and connected is very important. So we're connecting to the inner body, connecting to the heart, to source consciousness. So where nothing can be created or destroyed, but transformed. So we're going for the transformation. And we're invoking our higher selves for clarity, for self-healing, and any information that is for our highest and greatest good. So just opening now, just opening the chest, opening the heart. And I always feel like opening the wingspan where the shoulders meet, and just open that. And your higher self will help you with your posture. So we're calling on our higher selves for answers, clearing, and alignment. So we want the body integration. We don't want to float out in space. Definitely do not want to float out in space. So we now surround this space with the golden light of source. It's impenetrable and it's protective. Only energies that have unconditional love are here with us. It's okay. Only energies with unconditional love. So any interference, false guides, any funny business, we're saying no, we are sovereign, and we are sovereign only with source through the heart. So you can really put your foot down. like this is my space, I'm sovereign. Yeah. And so now we just want to set the intention for compassionate healing. We open the channel of unconditional love and compassion with source. So may all guidance that comes through serve only the highest good, bringing self-healing. So right away you can feel like my body, I'm already releasing just even saying these words. So bringing self-healing, clarity, empowerment, but through source. So source mirroring source. Yeah. Yeah, that's really important. So we now set the intention that all information and wisdom that comes through applies to all time, space, all dimensions. That's the seer work, with the intention of clearing to the root cause and shifting energy across all times. And just let your body release. Just even hearing these words, right away, my body's like, release, release, release. I have a little tourmaline, yeah, crystal in my hand. Felt drawn to it today. Yeah. And so you can, while you're watching, you can say, yes, yeah, I want that release. Tourmaline. So, but we want to make sure that this energy is permanent and aligned for the highest good. So just clearing the throat chakra so you can speak your truth. So any energies not aligned with the highest good are now released and returned to source. And so for me, I receive the information, I can see it, hear it, and also I feel it in my body. So that's kind of how it works. And then only energies of divine truth, so source, mirroring source. And so in this seer work with the higher self, we're landing. We're landing in our bodies, and we're landing in any time space that is needed to release things from the root cause. So and our bodies are home. They don't feel like home, especially if we've had a lot of trauma, but our bodies are home, and they're always trying to give us messages and trying to help us. They house our higher selves. And the way I perceive it is our bodies are honored to house our higher selves. So okay, so let's begin. Thank you for being here. It's really exciting to do things live because then they are present in the present moment. So there's a lot of transmission and energy that comes through in the real time. So just getting a lot of body confirmations because I'm saying a lot of, powerful words. My body's like, yes, 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 yes. So, okay, so let's look at Laura. So Laura at 1970, I feel like, so this is Laura, 1970, I feel like I facilitated a lot of generational healing in my family. Does my higher self have any guidance, healing for what needs to be addressed to give my dad peace in his heart, in his, right away I added heart, but what Laura wrote is to give my dad peace in his last years, but I'm sure Laura wants him to feel peace in his heart. So yeah, welcome. And yeah, and welcome, Laura. Like Laura wrote, if somebody else has a question, to kind of bump her, I'm not going to bump you. You arrived first. So I'm not going to bump you. We're going to keep you first. Yeah, because you're ready. So let's take a look. So Laura, 1970, let's look at her dad. She's done a lot of generational healing for the family. So right away, that tells me, she's a star seed, a light worker, because that's a lot of consciousness. So yeah, and just thank you to Laura. Okay, so yeah, so let's look at for the dad. Let's give him peace in his heart. So Laura's done a lot of work, but she wants her higher self guidance. So what we're going to do is we are also going to talk to your dad's higher self. So that's a very polite way of seer work is that we're connecting with our higher self. And you can do this yourself. So what I do is connect with my heart, go inside, and then I connect to Laura's higher self. And then I'm connecting to Laura's dad's higher self. So let's take a look, Laura, 1970. Okay, so right away, we're going to the left side of the body, which is the past. So the past in this present time, anything that isn't in the now. So it's the past. And so what we're looking at, okay, let's look at the generational trauma. So what Laura has done is cleared the generational trauma that her father couldn't, or yeah, that's accurate. So we're just looking at the generational trauma And then we're looking at the dad's lineage, and because it just gets passed down and passed down, but we want, the intention is that Laura wants for her dad is to have peace in his heart. And we also want to release any generational trauma that can be released. Yeah, so right away I'm feeling it in the third eye. So I can see why I picked tourmaline crystal. So we're just going to use fire and wind right away came forward. So we're just going to use fire and wind to clear the pathway. And this just the wind and the fire will just remove everything, kind of like sweep it away. Like, because we don't need the details for everything. And then I'm feeling a lot of intensity in the third eye. So and we're saying that this is the intention, and this is Laura asking, and then asking for her higher self and for her dad's higher self. Laura is asking for whatever can be released generationally so that the father can feel peace in his heart and no longer loop in karmic loops. So he can rest. So we're just clearing. So just clearing. So it's the fire that's coming through. Okay, good. Because we don't want him to loop, and we don't want him to keep repeating karmic patterns, especially when they're generational from the ancestors. So there we go. We're clearing, and we're saying we don't want the information, we just want the clearing. And so we're looking into the present, anchoring into the present, and yeah. So, and it's in the now. So we want this to anchor in the present moment. So no more looping, no more karmic repeats, no more kind of ancestors regurgitating the same story. So the story ends here. So we're really anchoring, really protecting with the tourmaline crystal. We're grounding the dad into the present. Yeah. There we go. Good. So right away, the posture aligns. So we're just really bringing in the golden light from source to the dad with protection with the tourmaline crystal. And we're going to the depth. So for Laura and her dad, we're going into the depth. Good. Good. So we're no longer looking at the past. We're now anchoring into the present. So we want the dad to feel love and peace, and not just from his higher self, but also from source. So we want to bring in source's golden light into Laura and her dad's heart. So just receive that. Just feel what that feels like to be protected fully with the tourmaline crystal. And then bringing in the golden light from source through the higher self, which is the most secure thing you can do, the most nurturing thing you can do, the nicest thing you can do for your nervous system, because it's protected, it's sealed with source. And so nothing can interfere with source. Good. So we're just anchoring, and I'm holding it. So in my body, but we're holding it in the body. So you can think of it that way. So we're anchoring in the body, and we're anchoring in the higher self, and then connected to source. And then just breathe. So we're saying that for Laura's father, no more looping, no more being pulled by the karma of the ancestral line, and no more reincarnation loops. It ends here. Laura has put her foot down. She wants peace. Confirmed. 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 Yes. They're saying yes. 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 Good. So we went to the depth for Laura and her dad and the ancestral lineage, and the clearings, the higher self said yes. So that's beautiful. So he'll feel different. He won't really know why he feels really good, but he will feel a shift, a dramatic shift actually, but it will feel very good. Yeah, that's good. So we're just anchoring, I'm just feeling it now in the body. So especially, the where the solar plexus is, where the ribs meet, the power center. So just really anchoring it in the power center, which is in the body in the present moment. So yeah, no more loops. You don't have to just once we say it's done, it's done. It's that whole recursion is false. And thinking that you need to loop, 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 it's not true. So we're releasing the do-overs. The constant do-overs. Oh, I need to make it more perfect. I need to do it again. It's like, well, we held the space. We held the space with the higher selves. We called in our higher selves connected to source. We went into the heart. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Good. So you can feel that, just feel the shift. I can feel it. So if I can feel it, anybody can feel it. It's not magic, right? It's real. This is a real time shifts for everybody. So if you're watching and you can relate to this and say you have a parent that you're, concerned about, as they're aging, you can do this for them as well. So mhm. Okay, so that's good. So let's close with Laura and her dad. So thank you, Laura, for asking the question and for being here. I totally appreciate your support and, join all the time, every time. If you're first, then it's beautiful. You're ready and you knew exactly what you wanted in this session. So that's great. So I feel like there is some money coming for you because your ancestors are like very thrilled with you. So I feel like they will bring some abundance to you, because you just helped all the ancestral line on your dad's side. So, and yeah, yeah, because my nose is always the money is coming. So yeah, so we just want to send much love to Laura and her dad, and then close the space for Laura and her dad. We give thanks to Source, our higher selves, our guides of unconditional love, and Gaia for facilitating this energy clearing and paving the way. And then many blessings to Laura and her dad. So with much loves and much thanks, we'll close now with Laura and her dad. So thank you. Good. Okay, let's see, where are we at? So without Mary here, we're on to the next question. Okay, so how are we doing? We're doing good. Okay, so Sinija, 1973, she, her. Okay, what is my soul's purpose and how do I serve humanity in this lifetime? Not sure what excites me at the moment because I'm concerned about my livelihood. Many blessings. Okay, great. Let's see. Sinija 1973. Okay, so yeah, so Sinija has a few things. So let's look at, she wants to look at her purpose, how to serve humanity in this lifetime, and not sure what excites her at the moment, about her livelihood. And many blessings back, Sinija. Thanks for being here. And Sinija also wants to remove abundance issues. So let's find out what's going on. Let's find out what's going on. So let's find out what's the block, what's the purpose, and then how to bring in the abundance for Sinija. And Sinija is a she, so 1973. So, okay, let's take a look. Sinija, 1973. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so right away, your higher self is anchoring you into your spine, basically, aligning your spine, and then connecting to the solar plexus, so your power center. Yeah, so your power center is where the ribs meet, and it's like they're like energy centers. They don't go round, they go kind of up, like they spiral upwards. So a lot of women like will collapse that, kind of feel like people have power over us, but it's not true. Like we're all sovereign in our own selves, and we're sovereign to our higher self and source. So we're just working on, so with my heart, with the heart and then the spine. So I'm just working on it with my hand, which represents the body. So we're just clearing the spine. There's a lot of Kundalini fire happening for everyone right now that's available because we're anchoring into 5D if you choose. So the fire is coming in, and also if you believe, like in the bigger spiritual word is like the solar fire dragons are coming in. So we're just inviting actually the solar fire dragons to come in. So if they come in there, for me, they appear and then they say who they are. And then I check they're with her higher self, and I will get confirmation. I get a yes. So they've come in, they want to help. You can see that my hand is red right here where the spine is, and they really want to help align Sunija's spine right now and her power center, so her whole solar plexus. And then just grounding that with Gaia into Mother Earth. And then, because usually if there's abundance blocks, there's a power block, because abundance brings in power, right? So if abundance comes in, can you hold it for yourself without saying you're selfish? Can you hold in resources first to make sure that you're secure before giving away the resources? So your abundance is connected to discernment. Okay. So what that means is, what discernment means is that you're connecting with your higher self and source, but you're wanting the discernment, I have this many resources. Who do I help and who do I not help? That's discernment. But discernment is also holding wealth for yourself without seeing yourself. So I can feel the pressure on your shoulders without feeling selfish, greedy, right? That's the weak solar plexus, because we're told sacrifice ourselves. We're told to help others first. We're told, but when you don't have any money, who's there for you? Right? And so it doesn't automatically work. Where you are giving and then it's false, it's like it's false. This that you give and then the universe will give you it back in spades. It doesn't work like that. It's your nervous system, your inner being, your solar plexus needs, and your root chakra connected to Gaia, to Mother Earth, needs to know that you're secure in your body. So when you receive abundance, so there's the release. So when this is where it's tough for you, Sanija, it's tough to receive abundance, right? So right away, the body released when I said that because it was a block, right? Because the universe is abundant. Mother Earth is abundant. Mother Earth has all the gold. Gold is really flying high right now. So silver. And Mother Earth has all the resources, the diamonds, the crystals, the precious stones, the semi-precious stones, the crystals, like the tourmaline crystal. So this is about receiving. So your answer is pointing into the inner body, aligning your spine, activating your power center at the solar plexus, and not just giving out blessings, right? It's receiving blessings. And can you receive blessings and not share until you have discernment, until you are sure of the tracks and this amount of resources, and then this is what needs to happen in life, right? But a lot of starseeds and a lot of light workers, myself included, not anymore, but the resources would come in and then they would fly out. So they would come in and they would fly out, right? Because there's this, and Cindy just said it, I want to help humanity. The biggest help you can do is help yourself to anchor in your own sovereignty and your own power, connected to your higher self and to source. So your information is coming from the divine. Good. So we're feeling a lot. Well, you can't see it because it's internal, but there's a lot of like compression happening with the solar plexus, because the solar plexus, there's a fire. The ruby solar dragons are helping with the fire, and they're firing the solar plexus. So that's what it's feeling like to me. It's like this pumping, because it's been frozen. Because if you keep giving, your nervous system is depleted, and then your younger selves are not going to be happy. So you can think of it as the shadow will not be happy. Your inner child will not be happy. And your higher self, there's very patient, they're very patient when we're learning. So we're just clearing the shoulders and just opening up the heart. So just take a minute, you can say yes if this feels aligned. So just opening the heart, opening the wingspan, and then opening, opening, opening. Good. Okay, so the abundance is about discernment. Abundance is resources, money, diamonds, crystals come in, and gold. And then how does your body react? Does your body hold the wealth, hold the information? It's not selfish. We have to fill up our own cup first. But, we're told, especially the divine feminine was told from when we're very young, share everything, give everything. And then we're depleted, can't get out of bed, we're confused, we don't know our purpose, and then we don't know where to start. So it's very painful, actually. I can feel the activation in the spine, and you can see there's like a straight red line on my hand, but the hand represents the spine. So good. Good. So what we're seeing for Sinija is her purpose is to receive and not to sacrifice. And it will feel hard because right away the conscious mind is going to tell her she's selfish. And you just turn down the volume or just close the door. The conscious mind is inorganic. It is not, it comes online 7 or 8 years old. It's not part of your original design. So it's about discernment. Yeah. And just releasing, like we're just releasing all the blockages, just really activating the spine together. And then really allowing that fire to come into the body. Because when the body is fired, you're connected to your higher self. You're receiving information all the time. Try this, but the higher self is not bossy like the ego. The conscious mind is like, oh, you did this and you should have done that, blah, 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 blah. And a lot of stories, and it recurs, like regurgitates everything. The higher self is very gentle. The higher self will say, okay, let's look at this. Let's take our time. There's no rush. And so, and then the tourmaline crystal, like from Mother Earth, is like helping clear those blockages. She's helping clear those abundance blockages, but it is a blockage of receiving. So let's take a look. So how have you done now that you've received all of this abundance from Mother Earth? So we're asking for the resources, the money, the crystals, the tourmaline crystal is really good. It's very grounding and it's very protective. Like it's like your divinity, your soul, your higher self is precious, like you're precious. Your younger selves are precious. And the tourmaline crystal and the ruby solar dragons are very protective. They're So your purpose, the purpose for Sanija in this life is to hold wealth, use discernment, and receive and hold in her nervous system, which sounds easy, but not when you've been told all the time throughout your life to serve and to give. And that's been the programming. We want to use that word. Your higher self would never, ever, ever ask you to sacrifice yourself. And your younger selves are pissed off when you sacrifice yourself. That's what they're saying. They're like, they're not happy. So good. Okay. So let's take a look one last time. So yeah, the spine has calmed down, the fire has calmed down, the body has gotten integrated, and that's beautiful. So good. Good job, Sinija. Good, good, good. Okay, so now we'll give thanks to Sinija, and we'll give thanks to Source, our higher selves, our guides of unconditional love, and Gaia. And we'll now close the space for Sinija's highest and greatest good, that all the integration happens easily and effortlessly, and that what Sinija is seeking is also seeking her. Yeah, good. And thank you for all the love and the wisdom. And all the energies in the session will continue to support Sinija on her journey with her higher self. And thank her younger selves for showing up, because they were like, no more sacrifice. They really put their foot down. So, and then just notice in the next 3 days what dreams and things you have, because those kind of messages will come through in that relaxed state. Yeah. Thanks, Sinija. So we're closed now for Sinija. Sinija 1973 is now closed. Thank you. Okay, good. And that's so beautiful. So Laura gave some support for Sinija's message. So that's so nice. So thank you to Laura and Sinija. That's really lovely to do that. Really creating like a supportive community here for each other. So just clearing with my hair, you'll see that a lot. I'm always looking for the fast track, but I don't create this stuff. All I do is I receive the message and they're like, it's faster if you clear through the hair, because our hair is like antennas. So, and if you don't have hair, your head, your head then is a clear antenna, your whole. But anyways, we're not going out of the crown or the third eye. We're going through the heart. So this information is grounded through presence through the heart. So, and then just remember, always drink lots of water. And energy work and clearing and integrating is very dehydrating. And I drink a lot of herbal tea, ginger tea, Ginger tea really helps the nervous system. Because if you receive information and the nervous system gets hijacked, then, well, the information just flies out the window. So, okay, let's take a look here. So thank you, Sinija, and thank you, Laura. Okay, so let's see, Lynn, 1962. So we have a little bit of time. So I don't know, Lynn, you might have to come back. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. So we've got about 12 minutes. That's good. Okay. So let's take a look. Lynn, 1962, and it's a she. I have a disc bulging in my C6, C7, left side of the neck. Okay, plus a pinched nerve. Please, can you help me heal this fully and help me understand why I have it presently? Many thanks. Okay. So right away, your body's releasing. So this is Lynn, 1962. So right away, I can feel the body is releasing. It's like a track got jammed because if there's like a repeat thought, the track. So say you say, oh, well, I'm so sick of this. And then I'm so sick of this. And I'm so sick of this. There's this track that gets embedded. And so that's what it looks like. It's the left side is the past. But it feels like it's the past in this present life. So the track, let's look at the track. So I can feel it. It's very painful. So I feel for you, Lynn. I'm glad you're asking this question. And anybody that is having kind of, for me, for not for me, but I want to say for us, but I heard for us, like what we want to say is that the body is like the messenger, and then repeat thoughts kind of embed like a track. But they want to tell Lynn, we want to tell Lynn that she's in a blossoming phase right now. So she's blossoming like the spring. So even if things before right now, before this present moment is being cleared. Yeah. They really want you to understand that gentleness for yourself. You know how flowers bloom very slowly, but then they're, especially the cherry blossoms, that they're so pink and beautiful, like they're so innocent and they're so precious, and but yet they're so dramatic because they stand out so much. That's kind of what they're saying. You're kind of in that budding, but the flower has already started blooming. You're not in the winter stage, you're in the spring or the winter turning into spring stage. So, so what we want to identify as the source of the body is like a channel that got plugged. This is energy work, right? So of course, go to your doctor and, this isn't medical advice. This is energy work. This is energy work with your higher self. So we're asking for the most compassionate healing for Laura, but it's self-healing because it's between you and your higher self. And then we're facilitating that self-healing. So we're just holding the space. We're bringing in a lot of golden source light into the disc. It feels like not just the disc of the spine and the neck. It feels like it's the shoulder, like when the word pinched nerve, it's like something is on your nerves, like something agitates you and something or somebody is on your nerves. It's not funny. It's funny, but it is literal. Like somebody irritates your nerves, and then your body kind of goes like, oh, because it's like so irritating. Yeah, yeah. So we're just holding the space for the healing for the neck, and for what we're doing is we're suggesting that the shoulders release. And when the shoulders release, it will help the neck and the spine, because you've taken on a burden that is not yours. And actually, you're doing it because you want to be a good person, but your body disagrees. Your body does not want to sacrifice itself to be a nice person. So you're a good person when you do self-care. And we're seeing your younger selves are like very spirited. And they are absolutely sure they will never sacrifice themselves. And so they get very agitated. So they're saying no, and I will not sacrifice myself. So there's this battle happening in the body. So we're just helping. It's this part of the hands. We're just helping the neck and the spine. Um, and like you said, it's protruding. So we're just kind of helping the protrusion, kind of like we are mirroring that we see what's been going on. We see the dynamic, we see the blockage, and we're suggesting with support and an enormous amount of source love, we are saying that we are here to, and you can release it to us, like release it to source. You don't need to be all entangled in it. Just be like, okay, I'm agitated. Somebody really is on my nerves. Like, and it's part of your recent past, because it's the left side of the body. So somebody from your past really pinched your nerve and really like got on your nerves, and it really like affected you. So it was hard to let go. And then we're suggesting to release them, not because you're saying yes to the ones that pinch your nerve. We're saying you're saying yes to your self-healing. You're saying yes to your younger selves. You're saying yes to your own love in your heart. Like your younger selves are like very spirited, and they have a lot of love. Yeah. So we're just breathing, clearing, breathing, clearing. So it can still feel a lot in the left shoulder. So we're just going to help release it and open it. And we're going to bring in sources, the divine love. And that will really help the younger selves to calm down and like anchor, that they don't have to be flying all over the place anymore. We're saying the heart is home. We see you and we're inviting you to go into the heart, integrate into the heart, and integrate the love in the heart. And they can be spirited in the heart, and they're safe. Yeah. Yeah. So we're just holding, just so then after this session, you're gonna be able to do this because you're like, no, I know how to do it. We're kind of titrating, and also we're doing it together. So we're doing this work together. So we're holding into the heart. We're creating this beautiful community together with love through the heart, through presence, through the heart. So I just want to ask, we're requesting a balm of source love for Lynn. So an abundance is a different word. It's a strong word. We were like, whoa, but maybe like an abundance, that word's come up in this session, like an abundance of source love to come into Lynn's heart to shift things. Yeah, so just releasing. It kind of feels really intense, and just say yes, like yes to the intensity and then yes to the release. The body wants to let go. The body doesn't like holding anything, but the body is so loyal, it wants to serve until you say yes to release. So we're just feel the intensity right now. So we're just releasing the neck. So just okay, so we're just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. We're doing this together. You're not alone. Okay, so we walk in full remembrance now, claiming our power, claiming our sovereignty. Okay, so Lynn, just really receive. We're doing this together. So everybody that wants to, we're all doing this together. So receiving that love in our hearts, releasing what is no longer for our highest and greatest good. And we're anchoring this into the body, but the body is then, oh, I can let go. They got the message. And I'm saying to the body, to Lynn's body, we absolutely have received the message. And the body can let go now. The body can heal. So we're just working on Lynn's body through the hand. The hand has like all the organs and everything. So deep breath in, shoot it out, just release it. Sending lots of love. Okay, good. Just releasing through the hair really quickly. Or, I mean, it doesn't have to be quickly, but we're like, it doesn't have to be quickly because it's all in the now. So just releasing everything, just because we want Lynn to feel the freedom, to feel this is, like her younger selves are so spirited. They want their freedom. They want their sovereignty. You know, they're integrated in the heart now. So yeah, good. All right, sending much love. Okay, so Lynn, yes, that's beautiful. Thank you for the feedback. So Lynn says she really is crying and it all feels very accurate. So thank you for the confirmation. I always will, the team, your higher self always loves hearing, that it's accurate and that the message was received. So they're still just working on your body right now. So through the hand, it's a very gentle way of helping the body release, but it's very accurate, though. It's both, right? Because we're always looking for the root to the root cause, and then the release from the root cause. And then doing it together creates this kind of secure bubble with our higher selves and source. And then we can kind of titrate together. And then usually if it's one person needing this healing, many do. So, and then Lynn said she's recently divorced after 33 years. Yeah, so ouch. But what a dramatic number, though, 33. It's a divine consciousness. So 33 vertebrae in the spine. So 33 years in the marriage. So ruminating over feeling upset and the way, yeah, because that's the thing is once you're out, then you feel, then you see you were that frog in the boiling, you were not, you didn't know you were in boiling water, but this is the image that we saw, is you're like in a pot and there was water added, but the water was on a stove and it was boiling. And so you were boiling, getting cooked, but it happened so slowly that you didn't notice. And then, but the 33 vertebrae jumped out of the pot and said, no more. Like, I'm, I'm, I'm not doing this anymore, because you will always save yourself, basically. That because your higher self is not there to be used and abused. Your higher self would never sacrifice you. Your higher self is only there to love and protect you. And your younger selves are so spirited that they would revolt, like there would be a revolution. So just trust this release, and then trust that it's done. And then with much love and much thanks. That's a beautiful question, and a huge shift in your life after being wow. So that's beautiful, like such a nice community. So it's like, Cindy just saying it's like Lynn's being christened. Yeah, because 33 is that Christ consciousness. But what is Christ consciousness? It is the awakening of, it's the awakening of your inner light body connected to source. So the female, the divine feminine would be the Christ Sophia. Yeah. And then Lynn also says that she's also a master number 33. So yeah, you're here to kind of clear up all the muck and stand in your divinity. 33 is a master number. And then, so we're just clearing your throat so you can speak your truth. And then, yeah, yeah, good. And then so we're anchoring. So for Lynn, as we close, so sending much love and much thanks. And thank you to the community for Sanija's support and Laura's support. And we can really see how we're even helping each other in these sessions. So big release for everybody, second big release, and a third big release, and a fourth big release. Wow. Okay, good. 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 Yeah. So that's the power, right, of us coming together with intention and then connecting with our higher selves and connecting to source. So we'll just ask source to bring in another abundance of source unconditional love and source golden light for Lynn, for Sinija, for Laura, and for anyone in the live. And also just, okay, let's just feel that. I'm like, why am I rushing? Thanks for staying a bit later, everyone. So now let's seal the space with golden light from source. All the energy work is anchored and integrated into the body. That is very important, that it's integrated into the body. Good. And just really, I'm always looking down because I'm always looking at my heart, Yeah. So the space is now closed with much love and much thanks. So just allow, so we'll end here and let what emerged land in real life. That's the most important, that it actually creates change in real time, in your real life, in the present time now. Yeah, and just thanks for being here. I'm sending lots of hearts to everybody. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. I'll always announce on YouTube when the next one is. We're going to try to do it every Tuesday, but there might be other ones that if I get called, basically, I hear the call. And if I hear a call to come on, I know everybody is in different time zones, which is really beautiful. Then I'll jump on, but I'll always make an announcement on YouTube post. And then I'm also on social media. So Facebook, Instagram, Substack, TikTok. So I'm around. And thanks for being here. So we'll close now. We'll end the session. It's 12:21, so a mirror number. That's beautiful. Yeah, so this is Pacific time in Vancouver. So we'll end at 12:21. So thank you for being here. Lots of love.